What on earth is metallization? We have come to Chimera Metallization here in Birmingham to find out. So here, they make metallization equipment. It gets sold and rented all over the world. It's a process that's absolutely everywhere, but not a lot of people know about it. Hey Billy, how are you?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for having us. Give me the rundown. What is metallization? What is it used for?
So metallization is a thermal spray business. We've been here for 100 years now at this point, well, over 100 years, and we make various equipment to conduct metal spray processes, really. Everything from flame, arc, plasma, HVOF, or even the new halo jet system.
And when you say metal spray, we're literally talking about spraying molten material on surfaces for corrosion prevention, for engineering purposes, like building things up, also for decorative stuff. That's what you guys are doing.
Yeah, whatever application you want to do, effectively, we've got the equipment and the material to do it for you.
And you make it here in England.
Yeah, all made here.
God, this is so good. What do we have set up to see first?
So we have a flame spray set up for you first. We'll then come on to arc, HVOF a little bit later, and then we'll get the big halo jet running for you a little bit later on.
Bloody good. Let's see this frame spray. Ben, again, thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming.
What's the plan? Some flame I still can't. Some flame spraying?
Yeah, we've got a Mark 73 system today, so it's a propane-based system, and it's just over here in the corner. So if you want to have a hold of the pistol there.
Oh, God, it's satisfying,
Quite old
isn't
school
it?
looking thing, isn't it?
All right, so we've got propane line,
Propane,
oxygen.
oxygen on the outside, and then we use air to atomize the molten metal.
Okay.
So right now I've got a little bit of aluminium bronze in, but I've got quite a few materials to have a play with, so it's up to you what you want to try and spray.
And I'm seeing like this is your wire. So much like on a MIG gun,
Yes.
right? Like you'd have the wire feed in the machine here.
Yeah.
It's these teeth right here that's going to be feeding the wire.
So we've got an air motor with a bevel gear on it. That then in turn runs two feed roll gears, which then runs the outside rollers to then pull the wire through the flame.
Oh my goodness.
So quite a simple setup.
This is just like an utterly gorgeous mechanical device
pretty
there.
big kit, isn't
No
it?
electrics running through it.
No, not at all. So this is
air and fuel.
one of the big sort of takes from flame spray that you need compressed air, obviously, but other than that, it's purely mechanical. So we've got a bottle of propane, bottle of oxygen, and line for the compressed air, and that's it. Away we go.
Amazing. And am I right in understanding the kind of core principle that follows all of these is you need some sort of a heat source to melt your feed.
Yeah, exactly that.
And then you need some sort of a means of then blowing it, and
propulsion.
atomizing it and propelling it. So heat, oxypropane, the propelling and atomizing it, in this case is going to be the compressed air, and you said this is aluminium bronze.
Aluminium bronze, yeah.
This could be used for an engineering purpose, or is it largely a decorative purpose?
So as far as I remember, at least, I think this would be something that they'd use to create like a bush almost. So instead of actually casting a bronze bush or machining something back, you can just spray this directly onto the substrate, machine that back, and then you use that as your journal.
Joking.
No.
So you could make a journal to
Yeah,
make
absolutely.
a bush, spraying this up.
Yes, or using brass as well, another option for it.
Oh my goodness.
Before we actually start spraying, it's quite important that we degrease and blast the surface as well. So it's exactly the same as painting, that you want a nice, clean, keyed, prepped surface. Otherwise, we're just not going to get the adhesion. It's not going to stick to it.
Same thing like making, Damascus, especially like complex material Damascus, dissimilar metals.
Yeah.
Any oil, any oxides in there, it just doesn't go. You're not going to get stuff sticking. And it's a similar process, right? When you're throwing this atomized molten metal at the surface, it is needing to bond at an atomic level.
Yeah.
And it's not going to do that if there's oxides, if there's oil. Like, it's just not going to make those bonds.
Yeah, exactly.
And doesn't that just suck? I mean, who really likes doing the prep?
It's the boring part. But we get to play with fire now, so,
Yeah, exactly.
You don't really like doing the prep or the post, it's just the middle.
Yeah, I just like the hitting with a big hammer, like. All right, so proper deep end here. Onto pilot. Slowly, maybe.
A little bit. Go on.
There we go.
All the way to the bottom now.
It's tiny. Okay, look how much wire we used up. What do we use, like a foot of wire to do that?
Yeah, not even that. Not a lot.
And this wire thickness is
1.6 millimeter.
1.6 millimeters. We
Yeah.
coated all that with a foot of wire. That's not hot.
No.
Like, it's warm, That's colder than a cup of coffee.
Yeah. So you'll notice when we spray a bit of aluminium a bit later, that holds a lot more heat.
Yep.
And the HVOF holds an insane amount of heat. But yeah, this is technically, as we say, a cold process, so you can handle most parts directly after spraying.
That coating that I just put on there in one pass, how thick do you think that would be?
Shall we measure it?
Oh, bloody good idea.
So we've got a DFT here, digital film thickness tester. So if we just push this little probe down, it'll measure through to the mild steel underneath.
What?
And it'll tell us in microns how thick your coating
How?
is. I'd like to know more about this, to be honest.
86 microns.
Yeah, there or thereabout. If we move to the opposite corner, you were going
84 microns.
pretty even, actually.
80 microns is 3/1000 of an inch.
Oh, perfect.
So it's like a thickness of, human hair.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. And so like with this, you could like put a patina on it if you were doing it for kind of like artistic stuff.
You could polish it.
You can polish it.
This really got me excited. What are the possibilities here? You could be a blacksmith or a fabricator, and most of the time, all you can offer is a forged steel finish, fabricated steel finish, or maybe some paint. But now, think of the awesome balustrades, cabinets, or furniture that you could offer that has the appearance of forged bronze or fabricated bronze or copper without having to spend the money on actually forging or fabricated out of bronze and copper. You could polish these finishes, patina these finishes, then you'd be offering something super unique in the marketplace. I bet customers would love it, especially if you had a good website to advertise these amazing services you offer. Which is why you should go and check out Squarespace. It's an all-in-one website building platform that's designed for people like you and people like me. It's designed for small businesses, craftspeople, people that want to make great things and have the flexibility of a website that's built by them for them, thanks to Squarespace's countless drag and drop themes. When I was a teenager, I used my Squarespace website to sell my hand-forged tools and blacksmithing classes. We've got a Squarespace website now. Jamie's girlfriend has got a Squarespace website to sell her art. Niels Olgren, another YouTuber, has got a beautiful Squarespace website to sell his axes, and it's always improving, especially thanks to their AI tools to help you build and fill out your website that much quicker, so you don't need to be a marketing pro to come up with all the right lingo. So please, go to squarespace.com/Forge. You're going to get a 2-week free trial. See if you enjoy it. Then code FORGE at checkout. It's going to get you 10% off, as well as telling them that we sent you. The link's in the description. Let's get back to seeing some more metal spraying.
That was silicon bronze. What are some other metals that we can put down?
We've got some brass, we've got copper, we've got phosphor bronze. The more decorative side of things, is there any that take your interest, or?
All of them.
Yeah, let's just do, let's go with a bit of copper. Let's try a bit of copper.
If we flip around the other side, we could do like a strip of this, a strip of that, a strip of that.
Yeah, you can either layer it over the material that you've already got and do
You can layer it?
Yeah, of course.
All right, so changing wires on this. What's the plan? Can a first timer figure it out?
Absolutely. So just on the left here, we've got this small cam that will open up our wire lever, our rollers, sorry.
Okay, pull it back out pretty forcefully, there we go. And then how far forwards do you push it?
So we want it just sticking out the end of the nozzle.
That's the wire poking through, and it sits just beneath
inside the
tip
echo. And you're ready to go again.
Pure copper wire, 1.6 mil.
99.9% pure copper.
In my world, that's pure copper. Brilliant. I think it went down a little bit less even than I put down the bronze.
Yeah, copper
Do some
can
of
be a
them
little
kind of
bit
apply
difficult.
in a slightly different way?
Somewhat. Some materials can oxidize a bit faster as well, so you tend to get lighter in darker areas if you're spraying it.
Yeah.
Aluminium bronze is a very easy one to spray. It's a very low melting point, easy material to apply.
Next up, some brass. In we go. Well, it doesn't take long for somebody to learn how to do this, does it?
No, it's a pretty quick learning curve.
That brass goes down super smooth.
Let's put a bit of phosphor over the top, because the phosphor is going to be a very similar colour to the copper as well, so you're going to get sort of tonal
Little
layers.
phosphor
in there.
bronze coming right up. That phosphor bronze looks good. Got any more? Is it the zinc that we haven't done yet?
Yeah, we've got zinc. Not as interesting a material, but you can spray it if you like.
But like, it is interesting in the sense that looking at the 3 things that metallization is used for, we've got obviously the engineering side. So you need to build up a shaft, right? You can spray on steel, or you could spray on effectively like journal material, like bronze. Then we've got the artistic side that we're currently playing with my little bit of a painting that I'm making. But then there's also the corrosion resistant side, right?
Yeah, which is realistically our bread and butter. It's 80% of the business seems to be your anti-corrosion, your zinc, aluminium, and your aluminium. So there's also that blend as well.
And the thing that I'd be that like comes to mind when I think about zinc is I'm thinking galvanizing, so like hot dip galvanizing.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think when I think about zinc. But this is not that. You can take the galvanizing to the part here.
Exactly, yeah. You don't need an entire hot bath to dip a part in. It's, size isn't an issue at that point. It's wherever you can get the pistol to reach. It's a pretty good alternative to the hot dip to galvanizing. Just spray it on. good to go.
Obviously, it'd be super expensive, but could you do gold?
So I think, I don't know which country it is, but some customers have sprayed gold. We've recently developed a customer system that will spray silver, and there's a couple out there that spray platinums as well, iridium, some quite fancy materials. But yeah, gold's definitely
Doable.
achievable. Yeah, of course. It's if it can melt, you can spray it. It's easy enough. I'm pretty sure they used our equipment on the motifs around Big Ben, didn't they, when they did the all the work down there to recommission it, and they used a Mark 73 pistol to apply. I don't know which material it was now, but some of the decorative coating was metal sprayed on.
All right, should we throw a little line of zinc?
Do a line across the top.
I want one of these now. The things that you could do when you can just spray metal
It
on
is limitless,
anything.
isn't it? Crazy. I thought this would be a bit of you, the flame.
Oh, absolutely! So what we got mild steel,
Aluminium bronze.
aluminium bronze, copper, brass, phosphor bronze, zinc.
Yeah.
All sprayed on the mild steel.
And should we have a look what the thickness of this part of the coating is with all 5 materials
That's
there?
a brilliant idea. Assuming each layer is going to be like 70 or 80 microns.
It all depends on how fast you've moved. If you put down 250 micron,
Yeah.
quarter of a mil.
quarter of a millimeter.
Quarter of a mil. It didn't take long either, did it?
No, that did not take long.
Do you
Is
want-
this kind of final metal that you put down, is it like 100% metal? Or is it like, are there any gaps in it?
A little bit for us, yeah. Compared to some of the larger systems, at least, anyway.
Can you literally build that up indefinitely then? Could you make that into like a 5mm plate or something?
You can, yeah. There's quite a few customers that do this kind of thing. There's obviously limits to it in terms of the thermal stresses that you can apply to the coating, so you need to take it quite steady sometimes. But yeah, you can keep building it up forever and ever.
What do you reckon we do some thermal spraying on some random bits from the workshop? One forged wrench coming right up in phosphor bronze. Well, that's now a brass steel coin. There we go. This is for you guys. Thank you.
Look at that!
I love how this stuff looks on forged steel. And like in time, as this gets worn down, it's going to be so interesting to see that phosphor bronze polish up and then reveal the steel. And now my brass center punch. Oh, this has been flame spraying. What's the next process for us to get stuck into?
Yeah, well, I'll hand it over to Bill and he's going to go through the arc spray system with you next.
If flame spraying was already the coolest thing that I've seen in a long time.
This is bottom of the barrel at the minute. It gets better and better, honestly. It gets better and better.
Let's go.
You've done a bit of flame with Ben, so now we're going to move on to arc. This is really your next sort of step in the process. With flame, you can sort of envision in your head how it's going to work. We're just pushing wire into a flame to melt it, blow it out at the end. This is a little bit more complicated. Effectively, this works exactly the same as a big giant MIG welder, but instead of one wire being charged, we're charging 2, putting them together. Like if you go into jumpstart a car battery and you get the sparks, we're doing the same thing.
And
when
so
we
you're
make
just
that
holding that arc,
Yeah,
are you feeding 2 wires
2 wires
simultaneously?
at the same time at the same rate.
That makes the arc,
Yeah.
and then blowing compressed air down.
Massive compressed air to blow it out.
How many cubic feet per minute? Actually, I should have asked this question earlier. On the flame set there, how many CFM of air is that running? Not much?
30 on that.
30 on that one,
Yeah, these are 55 CFM.
55 CFM. So you need a big compressor to run that.
Big compressor.
And this is all kit that you guys make right here.
Yeah,
You
all
make
done
it
here.
right here.
Yeah, effectively in the building right next to, room next door to us is assembly. So all the parts are designed in-house, machined in-house, assembled in-house.
I love it. All right.
Yeah,
and
so it's all done here.
Slightly different looking gun on this, right? We follow the hoses. God, it's got some more weight to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's a bit more weight
Oh,
to
I
this
don't
one.
want to drop that. So what are we looking at? We've got
2 blue cables going in are your cool conductors. Effectively, this is what's transferring your energy made by your energizer to the front end of the pistol. So it's an air line with a copper braid running through the centre of it.
okay. So the same line that's putting your compressed air through the gun
Is also moving
is
electricity
also moving the electricity.
Yes.
Because it's got a braided conductor running through the
through
air
the
line.
centre. As the wire comes through these nice conduits here, it's going to go through these drive rollers.
And that looks much like the inside of a MIG welder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's pushing your wire through. As it's touching these 2 terminals, it's making one a positive, one a negative. So as it touches together, it's going to arc. And then if you have a look in through the front end, you'll see 2 little copper tips. That's where it's coming out. The arc is happening here, and the compressed air is coming through that little opening, and that's what's blowing it onto the substrate and giving you your coating.
Oh my goodness.
There's one other thing on this system. This is a flexible drive cable.
Okay.
So effectively it works like Teleflex. So there's just a rotating component inside it.
Oh, you're joking.
We call this setup a push-pull.
Like on a Fordham micromotor.
Exactly.
And that's what's running these
Effectively,
wheels
yes.
to then push the cable with the wire?
We call this a push-pull setup. Effectively, all the wire feed, all the work is done by your drive unit.
Okay.
That does all the work. So it
So
feeds
you never
the
have
wire.
bunching.
No, you don't get that surge in wire.
So not only do you have what looks like a MIG welder's wire feed set up here, but that
Also-
is literally MIG welding drive feed.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly the same. So you've got a reel going through that. It's the exact same as the inside of a MIG welder. So your flame spray, you're running 1.6mm super tiny wire.
Yep.
This is a bit bigger. This we've got rigged up for 2.3mm wire.
And 2 wires.
And 2 of them. Pretty much double material that puts down.
Awesome. Right. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so, green button.
Squeeze the trigger and then go to town.
That is unbelievable. That is amazing.
I mean,
what we
you're-
just did is I just sprayed this one corner.
And you can see how much material there you've built up in a relatively short space of
Oh,
time.
you can feel it. I mean, I think we put down a good millimetre or more just hanging out in that one spot here in the corner. Jamie's got to get stuck in.
I just feel like I have to have a go.
Absolutely.
It's so cool.
Oh, I never want to grow up.
Like a bike to get in your hand.
It's incredible. So what would you put aluminium on steel for in industry?
It's mainly for anti-corrosion.
So why would you choose aluminium over zinc for corrosion protection?
Higher melting point.
Okay.
So aluminium in more high temp environments will last a lot better than what zinc will.
Okay, and that's the key differentiator.
Yeah, and it's a lot more hardware in it. It is a harder material than what zinc is.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome.
Do you want
Right.
to swap some wire?
Yeah, let's see some zinc, shall we?
Sweet. This is fairly simple. So you've got a nice little lever arm here. Push that forward. You see the arms open.
Oh yeah, that just lifts up the wheels.
1 out. 2 out. And then the same here. 2 tension arms. Open. Open.
Just roll it back up.
Yep.
It's simple. Same as, oh, you need to get your wire through your MIG welder. You do the same thing on your thermal spray.
And again, we just repeat the process. Only thing we've got to do is change the voltage because we're now at a much softer wire.
All right. Purple!
Again, this is more to prove that it is a cold spray process. So what we've got here is one of Ben's lovely business cards.
You're going to be able to spray molten zinc on a business card without melting, without burning the business
without
card.
setting that on fire, yeah. Pretty easy. One spray business card.
Look at that.
But you'll see how it delaminates because there was no surface profile.
It printed on the zinc and on wood.
Pretty easily again. But I'm going to let you do the wood.
Oh, brilliant. We have just protected that bit of pallet wood from
ever
rust.
rusting.
It's never going to rust.
No.
Now it's been coated in zinc. So if a bridge was needing to be galvanized in situ, this type of machine they'd use for that.
Yes.
So
It's either this or a flame.
or a flame. So bread and butter here, you know, galvanizing things in situ, galvanizing like the lorry the tongue twisters today. Flame spraying a lorry chassis with zinc.
Yeah.
Bread and butter of the arc system.
Yeah.
So, high velocity oxygen fuel. It's essentially a tiny little jet engine that we're going to pump powder into the back of. It's pretty violent. You thought the art was violent, this is another level up. So this is our little control room almost. And we've got our HMI here, so this is what our operator should see. So into this pistol, we're feeding kerosene, oxygen, powder that's transmitted via nitrogen in this case.
Okay, so instead of feeding a wire, you're pushing powder with, and you're pushing it with nitrogen.
Yes, or argon, we can choose either one, but in this
Okay.
case we are using nitrogen. And if you look just behind you, there is our powder feeder. So today
Oh.
we've got tungsten carbide cobalt chrome. It's
Cobalt-
more
was it
for
tungsten
wear
carbide,
facing.
cobalt chrome?
Tungsten carbide cobalt chrome.
Tungsten carbide, what are you using that for?
So this is a hard facing property, so this would be the kind of thing that you'd spray onto like slideways and things. The interesting thing with this is a standard, you can't machine this the conventional method, it's got to be wet ground because it's just so hard. So
Once it's on, it's not really coming off very
It is
easy.
on forever, that is it. Should we get it going?
Let's do it. I
Cool.
can't wait. All right.
Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
There we are.
Well then.
1, 2, 3. Flame, arc, HVOF, back to back. Coolest things I've seen in my life. It's a pretty good day, this.
And did I not tell you it gets better and better?
Yes, you did.
And this
Yep.
is the upper end of it,
Right,
but my god, it gets cool.
How hot is it going to be?
Scorching.
Yeah, you reckon pretty
Scorching
hot?
hot,
There's
yeah.
a lot of flame on there.
Yeah,
So,
let's get away from
can you
that.
just remind me? This thing is burning kerosene and oxygen.
Yeah, it's a kerosene and oxygen mix, and then we're just pumping powder into it. It's as simple as that. So there's a combustion chamber inside. So if we start at the back, in fact, we've got our mixing block.
Yeah.
This is where everything's meeting up. Directly in front of there, we've got our combustion chamber, where all the magic's happening. And then we've got a long old nozzle, which is accelerating those particles.
What comes to mind to you as other, obviously you mentioned like machine ways.
Uh-huh.
Like what are some of the other things that they're applying this on that come to mind?
Most of it tends to be hard facing. So
Yeah.
as Bill mentioned earlier, it's becoming increasingly difficult for chrome facing now because of some of the chemicals being banned. So this is a perfect alternative.
Okay.
This is the kind of thing that you tend to use this for. And most of what this will do is all engineering. There's no anti-corrosion, there's no decorative in HVOF, it's pure just engineering prowess.
I need to put this material on this part
Yeah.
for wear resistance. You go to this. How much do you reckon it costs to coat those pieces in terms of like the raw material?
Ooh, in terms of value, I've got no idea what this material actually costs because I know some of these powders aren't very cheap.
Yeah.
They can be quite expensive, but we've put barely anything down there. So this particular material is spraying at about 70 grams per minute.
Okay.
So how long were we actually spraying that for? About a minute.
Yeah, about a minute.
So
70
overall,
grams.
and so the deposit efficiency for this material, so how much we've sprayed versus how much is actually stuck, it's only around about 50%. It's not as efficient as say the arc, where we're up at like the
Okay.
70, 80%. So we've probably only got about 30, 35 grams of material actually stuck down there, but it's so fine. We've probably put about 10 to 15 microns on.
Okay.
So that is a seriously
Super
about
thin.
4 times thinner than a human hair.
We're going to put some more layers down and see just kind of how tough it can get. Is this your programming the robot here, right?
It is, yeah. It's a bit of an old girl now, but it still does the job. Woo! So right now in the HVOF, we've got tungsten carbide, cobalt, chrome, bit of a mouthful, but we've got a range of different materials. We've got chrome oxide, magnesium zirconia, nickel chrome, white alumina.
Yttrium stabilized zirconia.
Yeah,
What?
it's good for thermal barriers, the yttrium stabilized zirc. It's also pretty
Molybdenum?
hard. Yeah, pure moly.
You said you had some of that at the weekend, didn't you? All right. Hacksaw versus tungsten carbide,
Cobalt
chrome.
Yeah, you're getting there. We're getting there.
Coated side, non-coated side. Let's start with the regular non-coated mild steel side. Cuts as we would expect. Kind of like butter. Buttery mild steel. Okay?
You need to stop with that butter analogy. Use it every video.
Do I refer? Well, I like butter. All right. Coated side. Oh, yes. That is quite different. Like, you can kind of, once you get through the coating, you can cut, but it is so much harder. You cannot start that easily at all. But how much does an HVOF system cost?
A 100k? Probably just on the shy end of 6 figures there, about 100 grand, I think.
Yeah.
For something like that. But
Then you've got to supply your own robot.
yeah, supply your own robot, supply your own extraction. Obviously, we can do all of that as well. We often do.
You've heard of BYOB? This is a case of BYOR.
Yeah, and C for chiller, and E for extraction, and all of the rest that goes along with it.
Kerosene
There's
and
hell of a lot
oxygen.
there.
Yeah, serious kit, but for obviously a serious task. We've covered like decorative finishes.
Yep.
Obviously, there's practical elements to getting the copper and the bronzes on there. We've covered corrosion protection, put zinc on things, aluminium on things, corrosion protection. we've covered adding wear resistance, changing the properties of the surface, but then building up the material. Say you've got a shaft that's worn down. I restored a power hammer a couple of years ago, a steam hammer, and the piston on it was just completely worn down. It was all sorts of bad. And I had two options. Option one, I grind down the piston, and then I have to change the sizes of the glands and manufacture new glands. Option two could have been spray on more steel and then turn and grind down the new steel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, we've got a shaft in the chuck here, 40.97 millimeters. What if we need to build it up with some 0.8% carbon steel? That is potentially even more fun with steel than it is with aluminium. Those sparks are bloody great. That is now 42.53 millimeters. What is next on the tour of awesome processes to see?
All done down here. We'll go up now, have a look at the new Halo Jet and the new Halo Jet booth.
What does Halo Jet stand for?
It doesn't really stand for anything.
Is it just a really good word?
It's just a cool name.
I don't have any problems about that. So cool to see the history of all the metallization pistols through the ages.
Yeah.
But this is a pretty old technique, right?
Yeah.
In principle.
Yeah, flame sprays. Like 1918, possibly a little bit earlier than that. Arc spray, you're talking 50s, 60s. HVO plasma is more 80s into 90s technology.
Got it.
You'll see it's a lot of stuff that we do here. The process doesn't really change. We've just refined and refined and refined over the years to reach where we are now.
That first iteration was a hydrogen fuel.
Yeah, it was either
1918?
hydrogen or coal gas is what it would run on.
crazy.
And now we've moved on to acetylene, propane, oxygen. After you, sir.
Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness.
So as you
That's
can,
serious.
yeah, a little bit more in depth than the ones you've looked at before. Effectively, this is a small version HVOF, but this is primarily designed to spray ID coatings, so inner diameter or inner balls of stuff.
Hence why you've got
A nice carbon lance with nano gun on the end. You can see on the rig behind you as well, there are various size tubes. So that's what we've been doing our coating analysis on. So effectively this will start rotating, spraying the powder, and we're going around different size tubes.
putting different coatings inside there. And again, this could be used to like build up a bore if something has been worn out.
Yeah.
It could also be used to like put a coating on it that's got better, wear resistant properties
Yeah.
or anti-corrosion. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so super similar to the one that you've seen earlier, except this one does run slightly differently. The HVOF you saw down there will either run on kerosene or hydrogen. This runs on both.
At the same time?
At the same time. It will also use oxygen, same as the other one, and then some sort of carrier gas. I believe it's argon on this one.
Wow. This is serious, Kit. This is so cool. Guys, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
This has been
all right.
such a pleasure. This is just fascinating. It's so cool to learn about this incredible techniques and the capabilities, imagine the capabilities. So I'm incredibly grateful for your time today. And as ever, big thank you to our sponsor, which was Squarespace. Please go build yourself a website with them at squarespace.com/forge. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.